What is up, you guys? Oh, fuck. I should wasn't supposed to show. What is up, you guys? Lieutenant Gold here. It's time for the team building versus my good homie. Who's my good homie? My good homie WMAR. Can't forget WMAR. You guys definitely check him out. This is not even on the right layout. Dorian, what are you doing? But yeah, this is going to be the team we're going to bring versus my good pal WMAR. Definitely make sure to check him out. He's going to be in the description below. Same with all of the cool homies that we have for this league. And by homies, I mean coaches. Everybody's a homie. You're a homie. I'm a homie. They're homies. Everybody's a homie. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna go over the team real quick, and then I'm gonna have this battle section after this. But yeah, definitely like, support, all that bullshit. You guys know what to do. I don't have to tell you this. The quarantine has you guys trained, I'm sure. But we're gonna lead with the this combo set is gonna be Klinger, so 3 attacks with throat spray. Once I get this set up and I actually have my handy dandy notes, once I get this set up, I kind of just win. I do need to find a good opportunity. I do need to get rid of Giller and Weezing and Mentine. If not getting rid of them, at least get them chipped down to 50%, because I don't take a even uninvested like a fairy type move from Weezing. And then I also need to chip down the Mentine just to get them to 50%, because at 50%, both Flash Cannon does have to Weezing if he's like max HP and max PDF. Especially like I do expect him to have like either a V set or a Steel Berry. So yeah, and getting chipped down as much as possible is going to be the way to go. But yeah, this right here is going to be speed for a Flapple. If he's at plus either 1 or 2, I do believe 2, I outspeed. So it's going to be speed for that. And then the modest special attack is going to be it 2-hit KOs Galar and Weezing, and with Flash Cannon, and then Clinging Scales 2-hit KOs Mentine, even though they're both max PDF. I didn't calc for the Weezing with the Steel Berry, but I do think if like I said, if he's 50% I plus 2, I should definitely be able to kill it. Next up, we do have the Colossal. The Colossal is going to be the heat of the week. I'm very excited for this set. Actually, me and JB prepped for this set. He actually ran this with a Carcoal in one of his NFE league, and I was like, I'm doing this with Colossal. So an Injure, Fire Punch, Rock Slide, Earthquake. The speed is going to be for Sand Rush Escadrille at plus 6. So how this works is if he is into Mentine, I Endure on the Scald. And that gets my Steam Engine and my Weakness Policy to pop. That way I'm plus 2 attack, plus 2 special attack, and plus 6 speed. That allows me to outspeed the Excadrill like I mentioned, and then at plus 2 attack, Fire Punch / Rock Slide / Earthquake kind of just takes care of everything. Yeah, it just like coverage wise, just more than likely will OHKO his whole team. There's not a whole lot he can do unless he's levitate on Giller. If he's levitate on Giller and Weezing, Fire Punch might be a roll if I remember correctly. But I mean, either way, like this is really something I could do, and then I could Dynamax too after that. So very looking forward to that, because I could set up the Sun with Fire Punch, so that's a lot of damage. Very hopeful I can set this up. Actually, if I do set this up early on, then I can I could chip down his team very easily, so that this Pokemon here, Steelix, can then set up and hopefully win. Curse 3 attacks. Now, hindsight, I probably should have ran like rocks and like a defensive set. But I was like, you know what, Curse would be fun for this week, so Curse 3 attacks it is. Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide, kind of just coverage for this whole team. It never gets 2-hit KO'd by a Mentine with Scald. I can set up on the Tyranitar, on the Bull Hunt, the Weezing, and potentially the Flapple. I think with the Fizdef, what I was going for was never getting 2-hit KO'd by Flapple. I think that's what I was going for, so I could set up on it, get some Nefties and stuff like that. Next up, we have WeMo heavy duty boots, just because I don't want to take rocks. With SD, I shard knockoff low kick. The speed is going to be for the bolt hunt. Once I'm start SDing, hopefully I can win. I definitely need this alive to check the flapple, because ice shard is going to be very, very important. Because even though he's set up, I can ice shard it and kill it, because it does so much damage. Yeah, this set's pretty straightforward. I can sword stance on realistically not a lot of things, but I run it anyways. Bandit or Life Orb probably would have been a better set, but I did what I did, and that's just the way it is, man. I just needed, I knew I needed Weavile. I didn't know what set to run specifically, so I was like, you know what, let me just run Sword Stance. Maybe I could potentially force a switch out on something, and then go for that. Low kick is going to be specifically for the T-Tar, because it does like about 80%. So T-Tar is very, very heavy. See a thick boy. Next up, we have Swack the Toxicity. Shift gear, 3 attacks, similar to the Como O. The speed is, if I remember correctly, for Scarf Rotom, I'm able to outspeed that. I cannot outspeed a Sand Rush Excadrill, though. I need 2 shift gears up. But once I get 2 shift gears up, a Dren Punch always kills Excadrill. Otherwise, +1, it does about 70 to 80%. 70 minimum, I think it's like 82 max, give or take. So that's what those benchmarkers are. And then Overdrive Sludge Wave. Just dual stab, doesn't do a lot of damage. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Then we have Rindoberry Fizz Def Milotic with Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, and Toxic. The Toxic is going to be to, because Mentine's the obvious switching for this, Recover for self-recovery, Scald and Ice Beam just because his team doesn't have a lot of water type switching other than the Mentine, which I can Toxic, and Ice Beam Okos the Flapple. The Rindoberry with the bulk lives a +1 Hustle Life Orb Gav Apple from Flapple. That's not if including if he's Dynamax too. This is also a good check for Excadrill because I do take at least 1 regular Earthquake after rocks, and then I could go ahead and Scald and hopefully catch a burn on him. And then just speed was just leftover speed in case he was creeping for it. Just put 12 speed. Yeah, but that's gonna be the squad. I do hope that Colossal puts in a lot of work. I feel like this is one of the matchups. I have a lot of setup on this team, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But yeah, I will see you guys for the battle. Bye. There we go. Okay, eat. Alrighty guys, and we are with the battle. So as you can see, WMAR did bring the Flapple, the T-Tar, the Excadrill, the Boltund, the Mantine, and the Galarian Weezing. As you can tell, we are actually watching this from the point of view of my good homie WMAR. Shoutouts to him, by the way. Because what had happened was, is my video was just corrupted for some reason. It basically stopped. It was like lagging, and then it stopped recording turn 3, which ironically is where it kind of went downhill for me. I'm gonna say this right off the bat, I did not play this game very, very well, if good at all. Like, I played this match very, very poorly. This was my first game coming into Gen 8. Now it is my fault because I should have prepped probably a little bit better than what and how I did for this game. But I thought, you know what, it's my first IBL game. I don't need to, get back in Pokemon until the day of the battle. This could be my first, welcome back to the game. And it was it was very, very rough. Did not play very well. I'm gonna say this right off the bat. If you get tilted by bad plays, I do apologize. And I would, suggest you actually go see his point of view rather than mine, because this will not be a good performance on my end. Now, if you are playing a drinking game and you like to get drunk very, very fast, feel free to stay on this video and take a drink every time I make a horrible play, and I hope your liver gets a good kick out of it. But we aren't going to get into this matchup. I did go over the team, um, briefly in a team builder, but we do have Klangurso's special Komo-O, we do have the weakness policy G-Max Colossal, a Curse Steelix, a I think heavy duty boots weave off, if I remember correctly, sorry I'm not recording these back to back, a setup Toxtricity, and then a bulky Rindoberry Melodic for the Flapple. Big threats, actually the Excadrill. The Excadrill is a very, very big threat because once Weavile is down, I don't have anything faster than it, and then if it's in the sand and I don't have anything set up, he outspeeds my entire team. So that's definitely something I need to be careful of. As you can tell, he is a Roselli Berry on his Flapple, because I'm assuming he was gonna think the Sylveon was gonna come, which I did think about, but then I realized that he has he has a Excadrill and a G-Max, I'm sorry, and a Galarian Weezing, so it was kind of hard to fit Sylveon on the team. Now we also had a couple technical difficulties with this game. We were lagging a lot, just because that's how the land timer is, but we are gonna get into this match. Good luck, have fun to my good buddy WMAR. Definitely check him out. He's also coming back the same way I am to the competitive scene and to content uploading. I know he does not upload as much, as neither do I. Actually don't upload at all until now. But yeah, it's gonna be a good way to give him some positive feedback too, as well as for me. I love positive feedback. If you guys have anything you guys want to say, go ahead and say it. If you guys want to spam in my comments that I got 6-0 by WMAR, I deserved it, and that's okay. I will take it like a champ. I have been taking like a champ for the past week now, so that's okay. As you can see, I am going to lead Steelix as he is going to lead Tyranitar. Keep in mind I am on the other side. Here I decided, you know, that I could either curse up right off the bat, and maybe do a couple chip easily on this team, or I can get my stealth rocks up. I do think I opt for a curse on my end. I'm gonna skip a little bit here just because, like I said, we did lag a lot. For me, it was actually blast screened for the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes is actually the correct order to say those certain of words. We're gonna wait for me to communicate. Now, I do have an easy switch into my Komo-O here. I don't know that he's Focus Sash, but I do expect an Earthquake to pull through. So I do have respectively 2 good switch-ins, which are either Komo or Milotic. If I don't want to stay in, he's actually gonna go ahead and Fire Blast, and it's gonna do a lot of damage. Even though I'm more Spadef oriented, I do decide to go for a Curse, get my defense up. Now obviously I don't take 2 of these, so I am going to have to be forced to switch out. We're going to see my leftovers are going to pop out, but yeah, that Fire Blast did a lot, so that's why I was like, wow, either he is mainly special attack oriented, or I didn't EV my Pokemon correctly. As you can see, he's gonna go for a Stealth Rock, predicting my switch, which is a really good play on his end. I'm gonna fast forward. Oh, a little too far. Sorry about that. I am gonna switch out into my Colossal here. Why, I do not know. Maybe because I was expecting a Fire type move. I see he's going to go for his Stealth Rocks. Now, I assumed he was a special attacker here at this point, but he is actually, as you can see, going to go for Stone Edge. I figure that he's going to go here for a either Fire Blast or an Earth Power. I wanted to scout what he was going to go for. And I think that my best play here is going to be to stay in and go for a, what did I go for? For Endure, because I am an Endure weakness policy set. But yeah, he's going to go for Stone Edge. One thing I should note is that Rock does not resist Rock, which is something I did forget in my quarantine of Pokemon. There's something I just cannot remember, is that Rock does not resist Rock, which it doesn't even make sense. Why wouldn't Rock resist Rock? They're both rocks, right? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand. Pokemon? Explain. But yeah, I am gonna go for the injure. Whoa, that actually looks really cool on this end. I see he's gonna go for a Stone Edge into a buttload of damage. He's gonna get me all the way to the red, not into my injure, but I am gonna proc my weakness policy. But I'm not faster, so it doesn't really matter. So that means that I threw out both my Steelix and my Colossal in the first 2 turns. So, but it's okay, guys. It actually gets worse. Turn 3, which is going to be this turn coming up. As you can see, land timer is taking a little bit of time. Yeah, if I stay in, I die. I mean, I can switch into my Como. And I do resist both the Fire Blast and Stone Edge that he revealed. I wouldn't take too much from rocks. I do think I'd sack my Colossal here just because I'm too far down the rabbit hole, so there's not much I can do. We're gonna see what he goes for here.
3 hours later.
Alright, but I am gonna switch out my Colossal to go into my Melodic just to save it, just in case, as a, I guess, as a sack. Again, like I said, it's not the best play I could have made. I probably should have sacked it at this point. He's gonna go for Stone Edge and miss, which is, you know, pretty unfortunate on his end. I'm gonna take a little bit of sand damage, so I am down to maybe about 85%. As he's going to go into his Mantine. No, I do go for a Toxic here, predicting the Mantine. I don't think he's gonna stay in, just because this team actually, I mean, this Tyranitar does pull a lot of dents in my team. It's very, very troublesome. So he's gonna go ahead and hard switch into his Mantine. Shiny Mantine is beautiful, by the way. Nice. As I'm gonna go for a Toxic. And we're gonna see, even though we already kind of know this by now, that he is going to be Lumberry Mantine, because he predicts me to go for the Toxic, which, I mean, that's a cool set, I suppose. It's kind of just a one-off, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird set because it's one thing he could do this only once basically, and I nice to have a Toxicity, so it does take this out. I mean, it gets rid of the Lumberry, so I can go for it again if we're back in the situation. And which is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually going to hard switch into my Toxicity. I don't want him to I don't want him to, you know, pull any shenanigans. Honestly, when I first saw this set, I thought he was gonna be Lumberry Acrobatics just for the Como. Yeah, I thought he was gonna be Lumberry Acrobatics, which would be a pretty cool set. I'm not gonna lie, that would have been much more heat than the Lum, but he's not, unfortunately. Let's see. All right, so I am gonna switch out here and going to swack my my Toxicity here. I make sure that he wants to feel threatened, as he's going to go for a substitute here. Now, I do have a Overdrive, which does go through sub. Yeah, I do think that, but I thought he was going to switch in for some reason. I mean, he was going to stay in, but he does switch out, which makes sense. I probably should have predicted that. If I had predicted that, then and go for a Shift Gear, for example, I would have been in such a better position. But I am going to go for an Overdrive here. Again, expecting him to stay in for whatever reason. It wouldn't make sense. Obviously, he knows that Overdrive is a Zombis move. So it doesn't really make much sense for me to not predict that. I should have played more aggressive, and I didn't. And it's going to put me on more of a back foot. I see we're going to see him switch, go into his Excadrill, and I am going to go for that Overdrive, which does not do anything. Now I have two options. Either I let him set up, or maybe I kind of scout a Choice Bandit set, because Earthquake, as you can tell, is going to be very, very free. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's going to go for an Earthquake. So I am going to hard switch, and I'm going to sack the Colossal, I do believe. I see he's going to go for a Swords Dance. If I had Shift Gear here, I would have been a better better position because I +1 Drain Punch does about 85%. It does a lot of damage. Now it's pretty crucial because I probably should have stacked this, but I did want to keep this alive for the Mantine, so I'm gonna go ahead into my Colossal, stack it to rocks, as he's going to go for a Sword Stance here, and that puts me on a very, very back foot. That puts me on the back foot.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very bad for me because the only thing that outspeed is gonna be the Weavile. Now the Komo-O is a roll. It's in his favor. It's about 70% chance for him to kill me with, I believe, an Earthquake. I think it was either Earthquake or Iron Head, one of his stabs. I can go for Weavile and Low Kick, but Low Kick does not kill. It does about 60% give or take. Same if I like Low Kick, for example, would have done about same amount, like about 50 or 60%. So this is actually I'm a very, very bad position, basically. So basically all I can say is I'm in trouble. But I am gonna go in my Weavile. Hopefully I can get a crit. Crit Low Kick does actually put him. He's right in range to kill. But if he goes for like an Iron Head or Earthquake, I die. Yeah, but I'm just gonna knock off. Get rid of his Sugar Berry. Yes, he's gonna go for an Earthquake, and that's gonna die. I am gonna die. My best chance is either the Milotic, and hoping it lives one, or the Como. I'm more an offensive Como, so I don't have too much HP. And he's a +2, and I do think he said he was adamant, if I remember correctly. So in the end, like, this 6-0s me. I spoiler alert, I do get 6-0'd. So yeah, we're gonna play it through. Is there a way for me to speed this up? There is not. I don't think. No, there is not. But yeah, we are gonna get 6-0'd, unfortunately. Alright guys, yeah, but that's gonna wrap up the game. Rough match, first week. Obviously good game to my homie WMAR. He played very well, I just played very poorly. That doesn't reflect how I normally play. I feel like I could have played much better than this. But yeah, next week we're definitely gonna bounce back. I think I'm already kind of prepared for next week coming up. Very excited. Just the team building overall, it was just subpar. The playing was less than subpar. So I'm gonna make sure that I kind of reorganize myself. Definitely get some more practice in playing Pokemon. I've been playing on the ladder. I'm about 1400 or 1300 in OU right now. So, and I've just started a couple days ago. So definitely, it's rough, but I think it's just the road to coming back, get back into it. I hope that next week is gonna be a better game. We're gonna be battling our homie our homie Mario B, really cool guy. You guys should definitely check him out. And then shout outs to one more as well. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.